Hi everyone, welcome to Yoga with Louise, tips and cues to keep you safe and strong on the mat. Today we're going to be focusing on those tension areas of the neck, shoulders, upper back and even into the hips. We're going to get stuck right on in. I want you to find your way into a supine position, so lying down on the back, and let's get started with some mobilization through the legs. Make sure that your shoulders are nice and heavy into the mat. Neutral spine, belly button pulled in. Draw your right knee up to 90 and begin by giving me a little release into the ankle joint. Change direction. Still the ankle and bring the movement into your knee. So gently lubricating that knee joint. The foot and the ankle is still just the knee joint rotating. Change direction. Belly button softly pulled in the whole time. Still the knee and the foot and bring the rotation into the hip joint. Gently tracing a circular pattern in one direction. Belly button nice and heavy into the mat. Change direction. Two more on this side. Then we're going to change legs. Bring it to stillness. Bring the left knee up to 90. Begin with the ankle. Chin line, nice and soft. Shoulders heavy. Lower back relaxed. Change direction. Belly button weighted into the mat the whole time. Still the ankle and bring the movement into the knee. Make sure that the foot and the ankle is still, just the knee moving. Change direction. Still the knee and bring the movement into your hip. Tracing a larger circular pattern in one direction. Belly button nice and heavy. Change. Give me three more like this, then we're going to toe tap out before we bring it into a figure four. Come to stillness along the midline and draw your knees into a tabletop frame on the mat. Feet and knees softly clip together. You're going to alternate tapping the big toe to the mat. Watch that 90-degree behind your knee, so don't just drop the foot by your bum. Keep the angle so that you're feeling a lot of work south of your belly button, those lower abs straining and getting a nice little stretch into the hip flexors at the same time. Let's do two more sets. Last set. Drop the soles of both feet to the floor. Let's find our way into a figure four. Take the right ankle and rest it atop the left thigh with the knee open to the side so that your legs resemble a figure four. Shoulders are heavy into the mat, chin is nice and soft, and your whole back line is relaxed into the mat. Take a big breath in for 5, and on the exhale, push your right palm to the inside of the right knee and exhale for 10 as you gently push that knee away. Think of that 5 to 10 breath ratio we played with yesterday. We're going to use it throughout the class today. Relax your right hand to the floor. Keep your leg crossed. Take a big breath in for 5. And on an exhale for 10, draw your left knee up towards your nose. Keep working knee to nose on the left. Relax your back line. Take a big breath in for 5. Scoop up on the exhale, peel around, float your elbows wide, and then roll your torso back down towards the mat, using the whole exhale and pull that knee in as close towards your nose as you can. I want you to try and remember how tight your hips felt here. We're going to play with this at the end of the class, and I want you to notice whether there's a difference in the hips. Unbind and take it to the other side. Cross left over right. Big breath in for 5. On the exhale for 10, push that left knee away and relax your whole back line and chin line. Drop your left hand to the floor. Take a big inhale for 5. And on the exhale, draw your right knee up to 90 for 10. Big breath in for 5. On the exhale, scoop, peel up, wrap around, and then draw your torso back to the mat. Use your whole exhale and keep pulling that right knee in towards your nose. From here, we'll cradle rock out, and we'll find our way onto the knees. Gently uncouple, hug both knees in towards the chest. Cradle rock out. Use your momentum. Roll yourself left and find your way into a kneeling frame on the mat. I want you to keep this orientation on your mat. I'm going to change my orientation so that you can see what I'm doing with my hands. You're in a kneeling frame with your hips stacked over the knees. Take a big breath in and float both hands overhead, palms looking in. Invert the hands away. Bring the two arms closer towards the midline of the body and clip them into an inverted prayer position. Push into both palms and drop your shoulders down towards your waistline as you lengthen through the nape of your neck. Take a big breath in for 5. On an exhale for 10, come just off the center line. Keep pushing both hands into each other so that you can feel that oppositional stretch happening. Come back towards the midline for 5. Exhale for 10 as you take it over to the other side. Inhale, come back towards the center line. Change the cross of your hands, so the opposite hand in front. This time, interlace the hands and make a soft fist. Push into both palms and keep dropping your shoulder blades down as if you were trying to melt them towards your waistline. At the same time, keep growing through your neckline. Take a big breath in for 5. And on an exhale for 10, come off the center line and hold. Keep pushing into both hands at the same time that you're stretching over the midline. Inhale for 5. Exhale for 10 as you take it over to the other side. We're going to work a modified wood chopper from here. So come back towards the center line. Big breath in. On an exhale, softly bend through the waist and just flop down like a rag doll. Big breath in. Side view. Zipper up on the inner thighs, pull up strongly from the pelvic floor. Big breath in. One more. From here, you're going to find your way into a standing frame. Brace your hands into the mat. Step your right foot wide. Step your left foot wide. Set yourself up towards the top end of the mat so that you've got a little bit of runway. Your feet are braced mat width distance apart. Run your hands along the outer quadrant of your leg as low down as you can and just gently drop the crown of your head down. If the back chain of your legs is very stiff, you might be a little bit higher up along the leg chain. So just play where you're comfortable. Make sure that your belly button is pulled in wherever you play. Hold the forward fold. Think of a little magnet on the mat, dragging the crown of your head down towards the floor and allow for a little bit of inverted blood flow. Give me 3 more breaths here, then we're going to find our way into a plank line from here. So you've got 2 options for coming into the plank. Bend the knees as much as you need to connect your hands to the mat, hands more or less shoulder width apart. You're either going to step one leg back at a time, or you're going to give me a little bunny hop to the back of your mat. Set up your plank with your feet just inside of hip width distance apart, and you're going to find your way into an up dog, which you're going to hold for 10. Take a big inhale in for 5 to prepare. On the exhale for 10, drop your hips through the plank line and find your up dog frame. So resting on the palms and the toes, melt your shoulder blades down towards the mat and focus on length through the neck as you find your up dog. Keep pulling up strongly from the pubic bone towards your waistline. You're going to down dog it and hold your dog. Big breath in for 5 to prepare. Exhale, find your down dog. Settle into your down dog. As you find your down dog today, I want your focus to be on your neckline. Try to drop the crown of your head towards the floor and try to grow from that tension spot between your shoulders as if you were trying to pin the crown of your head into the floor. Give me 5 more breaths here, then we're going to find our way into a warrior 2 line from here on the right. Big breath in. Bend the right knee, swing the leg through to the inside of the right hand. If the leg gets stuck, grab it, creep it forward, line up your knee and your ankle, drop your back leg to 90, and windmill your body weight up into a warrior 2 frame. Lengthen through both arms, check that you've got a nice bend in your lead leg, and keep lengthening through your neckline as if you were trying to grow from between the shoulder blades towards the ceiling. Keep lengthening through the arms at the same time. Let's reverse the warrior and look for some length in the shoulders. Big breath in, invert your front hand, drop your back hand to your back leg, and give me a soft wrap around on the lead arm. Drop your bottom shoulder down and almost run the bottom hand or back hand down the back chain of your legs as if it was sliding down towards your ankle line. Keep focusing on lengthening through the top arm and try to grow through the nape of your neck. You're going to windmill your way down, find your way into the plank, kick it back in child, or run through a little vinyasa. From your plank, chaturanga down, drag your body weight forward, find an up dog, tuck your toes under, find a down dog. If you were in child, find your way softly to a down dog frame, and then walk your feet up, finding that narrow standing straddle. So your feet are mat width distance apart, and you've got both hands just gently running along the outer quadrant of your legs. Drop the crown of your head down and think of trying to grow from between your shoulders towards the very crown of your head. Your Sahasrara chakra, your crown chakra. Lengthen through your neckline. Keep your belly button firmly pulled in and your weight placement equal on the whole foot. We're going to find our way into a plank line from here. Soften through the knees as much as you need to. Connect your hands to the mat. Step it back or soft little bend in the knees and bunny hop into a plank. Feet just inside of hip width distance apart. Big breath in for 5 to prepare. Exhale and find your up dog by gently dropping the hip lines through the plank. Strong through the shoulders, strong through the core and the tops of your thighs. Melt your shoulder blades away from your ears and grow through your neckline. Down dog it and hold. Big breath in for 5. Exhale for 10 and find your dog. Grow the crown of your head towards the floor. Drop your shoulders away from your ears and melt them towards your spinal column and your lower back. Let's find a warrior 2 line on the left. Big breath in, bend your left knee, swing the leg through to the inside of the left hand. Drop your back leg to 90, set up your leg line, and then windmill your frame up. Lengthen through the arms and grow from between the shoulder blades towards the ceiling. Reverse your warrior. Big breath in as you find your wrap around. Slide that back hand down along the leg line. Drop the shoulder away from your ear. Grow through the neckline and really lengthen as much as you can through the spine. Find your way back to the plank, either kicking it back in child or running through your vinyasa. Bend the elbows, use the knees if you need to. Drag the body weight forward, set up an up dog, grow through the neckline. Exhale, hit your down dog. Find your way into child. Knees open nice and wide, big toes together, arms extended in front. Push into both hands and sink the weight of your bum bones back. Keep that belly button pulled in and hold for me here for at least another couple of breaths. Let's start playing with Uttam Pristhasana, and we're going to play with it today dynamically. We'll do 2 rounds. Come to a soft plank line frame on your mat. Step wide with the right leg to the outside of the right hand. Make sure that both of your hands are stacking underneath your shoulders. Relax your back knee, relax your back foot. Focus on your front foot. Take the foot out to about a 45-degree angle. Creep it forward and then knife edge the foot. Lean your body weight forward over the wrist line so that it feels like you're feeling a big stretch from the inside of your knee wrapping around into the groin. Hold that stretch for me. Give me at least 2 more breaths here. Then we'll rinse and repeat on the other side. Connect your whole front foot to the mat. Swing it back. Kick it back in child. Release your shoulders by wrapping the arms around the body. Back of the hands connected to the mat. Shrug your shoulders twice forward and twice back. Come back to your plank line. Step it wide on the left. Relax the back knee, relax the back foot. Take your front foot out to 45, creep it forward, knife edge of the foot, and then lean forward, trying to lean the weight over your wrist and almost think of bringing your chin and hooking it over the top edge of your mat. Feel that nice wrap around into the groin and the hip flexors and keep your belly button firmly pulled in. We're going to play 2 more progressions. On side 1, listen for the subtle changes. Reconnect your front foot to the mat. Swing it back. Find your way into child. Wrap the arms around the body and release your shoulder line. Coming back into the same frame on side 1, let's stay or play. Find your plank line. Step it wide on the right. Relax the back knee, relax the back foot. Front foot to 45, creep it forward, knife edge the foot. Check that both of your hands are stacking underneath your shoulders. Stay or take a big breath in for 5, and on the exhale, float your right arm up towards the ceiling. Try and touch the ceiling with the tip of your finger. So lengthen through the arms and drop the bottom shoulder away from your ear. Stay or play. Bend that floating back arm, tuck the back of your hand against the opposite hip and open up through the top shoulder. Big breath in. On the exhale, rotate that palm in. See if you can grab hold of the hip and try and open up a little bit more through the top shoulder. Keep your belly button firmly pulled in and keep that front foot knife edged. As you unwind, take your right palm, put it on the inside of the right knee and gently push the knee away, getting a little bit more opening through the groin. Keep softening the top shoulder and look over the top shoulder to the floor behind you. Reconnect your right hand to the mat, reconnect your right foot to the mat. Swing the right foot back and find your way into child. Give me a timeout. Relax your shoulders, relax the wrists if they feel intense. Let's repeat on the left. Find your plank line on the mat. Step it wide on the left. Relax the back knee, relax the back foot. Knife edge take your front foot out to 45, creep it forward, knife edge. Check that your hands are stacking underneath your shoulders as you lean the weight forward. Big breath in for 5, exhale for 10, open up. Tuck that arm behind your back. Keep opening up through the back shoulders. Rotate that palm in, grabbing hold of your hip. Open up. Stay, or as you unbind, place the palm of that hand on the inside of the knee and push the knee away, opening up. Find your way back to the mat. Swing back, kick it back in child. Give yourself a little time out. Wrap the arms around the body. Let's set up a pigeon line. Find your way into a soft down dog frame. Use it for recovery. Push into both hands and both feet. Watch the swing through on the leg as you play. Let's start on the right side. Bend the right knee. Kick up the right leg behind you, bracing into the heel on both sides. Then bend the right knee, swing it through. Keep the knee in line with your hip or slightly wider. Rotate the leg in, lining up your knee and your ankle in a straight line or tucking the heel in closer towards the perineum. Relax the lead leg, relax the back knee, relax the back foot. Slide your back leg away and find a seated frame on the mat. If you find that you're leaning heavily towards the right, you might want to take a block. Use the knife edge portion of the block and tuck it just where your bum crease on the right is, and you can gently lean into it. See if you can find your way onto the elbows. Try to keep your shoulder line and your hip line as even as you can as we play here, and just drop to the elbows for me. Don't collapse. So the whole time you're pushing down through the elbows and you're growing through your neckline. Keep your belly button firmly pulled in. Rotate the left arm in so that it's parallel to the front of your mat. Take an inhale for 5, exhale for 10, and float your right arm up to the ceiling. Keep lengthening through that top arm. Don't collapse through the bottom arm. Push down and grow through that shoulder line. Stay or play. Bend that floating right arm, tuck it behind your back, open up through the shoulder. Big breath in, rotate your palm in, grab hold of your opposite hip, and see if you can drop down further and open up a little bit more through your neckline and shoulder. Find your way back onto the elbows, walk back onto the palms, tuck your back toe under, find a soft down dog, pedal through the knees and the hips in Svananda, blissful dog, then we'll repeat the half pigeon on the left. Find your down dog, big breath in, kick up into a three-legged dog, bend the right knee, swing it through, find your leg line that's working for you, relax the front leg, relax the back knee, relax the back foot. Find your way, so hips and shoulders nice and evened out, and then find your way onto the elbows. One-legged pigeon, Tripada, Adho Mukha, Rayaka Potasana. All right, let's play. Take that right arm in, parallel to the front of your mat. Big breath in. Give me a rotation and float the left arm up to the ceiling. Strong through that bottom arm. Stay or bend that left arm behind your back. Back of the hand connected to the opposite hip. Soften through the shoulders. Big breath in. Rotate the palm in. Grab hold of that opposite hip bone and look for more release through the shoulders and the neck. Inhale, find your way back. Peel up. This time, gently swing that back leg in and come to a seated frame, shaking out your legs in front. We're going to work a modified Mariachi Asana. Keep your right leg extended, bend the left leg, place the sole of the foot on the outside of the right knee. Float your left fingertips behind your hip line, big breath in. Come over the midline of the body with that right arm, back of the elbow against your knee. Rotate and relax through the back shoulder and look over that back arm as if somebody was standing behind you. Keep softening through the shoulders and keep growing through your neckline. Let's repeat on the other side. Big breath in, come back towards the midline of the body, shake it out. Keep your left leg extended, take your right foot, place it on the outside of the right knee, almost as if you wanted to hug the knee into your chest. Cross over the midline of the body, place the right fingertips on the mat behind you, big breath in. Extend your left arm and place the back of the elbow on the outside of that knee. Rotate and look over that back shoulder. The whole time you're growing as much as you can through your neckline and you're keeping that back arm soft. Don't lock it up. Give me a soft arm so that you can relax through the shoulders. Come back into extension and just give me a nice little shake out. You're going to find your way from here into easy sitting. Rotate to face towards me. Let's lead with the right leg first. So bend the left knee, tuck the heel in as close to the perineum as you can, and stack the right leg in front. Big breath in for 5. On the exhale for 10, fold forward to place your fingertips, palms, or palms and elbows on the floor, or reach for your block. Use your block in any dimension. Bend the elbows, stack the forearms, and lean in to the block. Take a big breath in for 5, and on the exhale, rotate your head to the right for 5. Letting go of all the tension in the neck area. Inhale for 5, come back to the midline. Exhale, rotate left for 10. Inhale, come back towards the midline of the body. Peel up. Place the right fingertips on the floor behind you. Take a big breath in. Cross over the midline of the body with the left hand. Grab hold of the outside of the right knee. Rotate and look over the back shoulder. Either stay here with your back hand connected to the mat, or use that push and pull action on the front knee to hold your body weight. Float the right arm behind your back. See if you can rotate the palm in, grab hold of the hip, and keep opening up through the back shoulder. If this feels really uncomfortable for you, keep your right fingertips in position 1, still connected to the mat. Big breath in, come back towards the midline of the body. Exhale, cross over, repeating on the other side. So grabbing a hold of your left knee with your left hand, either keeping that back hand connected to the floor or bend that arm behind your back, rotate the palm in, grab hold of the hip, soften through the shoulders, grow through your neckline as you peek over that back shoulder. Come back towards the midline of the body and change the cross of your legs. Big breath in. On the exhale, fold forward. Use the block if you need to. Find the hand or the hand in the elbow position that's working for you, and nod the crown of your head down towards the floor. Make your crown heavy. Big breath in. Exhale for 10 as you rotate the head to the left. Let go of the tension along your neckline and collar line. Inhale, come back towards the midline of the body. Exhale, take it over to the other side. Inhale, come back towards the midline of the body. Peel up. Take a big breath in. Cross over to the left, grabbing hold of the outside of your knee. Rotate and look over that back shoulder, keeping your back hand connected to the mat, or bending the back arm, tucking it behind your back. Rotate the palm in, grab hold of the opposite hip, and bring it into a little twist. Inhale, come back towards the midline of the body. Exhale, twist right, gripping opposite hand to knee. Keep your back hand on the mat or float the arm behind your back. Rotate your palm in, reach for the opposite hip bone and open up through the twist. Inhale, come back towards the midline of the body. Change the cross of your legs, coming back into easy sitting on the right, or bringing it into a half lotus line by grabbing hold of your right foot, trying to bring the right heel as close to the inside of the left hip bone as you can, resting at the top of your thigh. If that knee feels like it's floating, you could take a block and pop it underneath the knee for support. Take a big breath in, right palm to the inside of the right knee, just gently push that knee towards the floor as you rotate and look over the back shoulder. Don't worry about how close that knee is to the floor, just focus on the opening and the tension relief that you're getting into the hip flexor and the groin area on the right. Big breath in. Place the right fingertips on the floor behind you, cross over, playing with the same twist we used in round 1. Look over the back shoulder and open up. Stay here, back hand connected to the mat, or bend that back arm behind your back. Rotate your back palm in and reach opposite palm to hip bone, trying to open up through that back shoulder. Keep lengthening through your neckline the whole time. Inhale, come back towards the midline. Exhale, cross right over left. Find your grip. Stay, or bring that back hand up off the mat, tuck it behind your back, rotate your palm in, reach for your hip bone, and see if you can open up. Inhale, come back towards the midline. Big breath in for 5. Exhale and fold forward, using the block if you need to. Find your arm position that's working for you. Drop the crown of your head down. Inhale for 5. Exhale and rotate your head left for 10. Let go of all the tension in your neck, collar, shoulders. Inhale, come back in for 5. Exhale, rotate for 10. Inhale, come back. We're going to find our way to rock the baby. Bend your left elbow, whether you're in the half lotus line or in Sukhasana, easy sitting. Reach for that right foot. See if you can feed the right foot into the crook of your right arm. Feed your right arm around. Sorry, that was left arm, not right arm. And see if you can cradle your leg, either just softly holding onto the knee and the foot, or interlacing your hands and making a basket of support as you rock your baby. You're either going to stay here, come back into easy sitting, or see if you can come right into the full lotus line. For the full lotus line, from your rocking baby, you're going to grab that top foot. Tuck the heel in as close towards your hip line as you can. See if you can reach for your bottom foot and tuck the bottom foot on top of, let's say, crossing one ankle over the other and trying to tuck that foot as close to your hip line on the right as you can. Drop both knees down towards the floor, place both hands behind your hip line and just nod your chin down, trying to open up through the hip flexors. If coming into the full lotus line is not for you, stay in half lotus or easy sitting. Untuck. Tip the weight just off your tailbone. As you do that, grab hold of that top ankle. Support the ankle. It's going to feel tender. Drop the weight off your tailbone, brace against your shins, and just release your ankles. Your right ankle will feel pretty tender if you had it in the full lotus line. Let's tuck into half lotus on the opposite side. Tuck your right heel in as close to the perineum as you can, either staying in easy sitting or reaching for the top foot. Bring that heel as close to your hip line on the right as you can. Left hand comes to the inside of your left knee, right fingertips on the floor behind you. Push down on the inside of the knee, rotate that back shoulder away, and look over that right shoulder as if you were looking for somebody standing behind you. Keep pushing down and think of trying to open up through the hip flexor and groin on the left. Big breath in, work a twist, come over the midline of the body, grab right hand to left knee, look over that left back shoulder, keep dropping the shoulders down from your ears and growing through your neckline. Stay or play. To play, bring the back fingertips up off the mat. Back of your hand against the opposite hip, or rotate the palm in, grabbing hold of the hip and see if you can get more release through the shoulders and the neck. Inhale, come back to the midline. Let's take it to the other side. Exhale as you cross over the midline of the body. Opposite hand to knee. Back hand either connected to the mat or bring the fingertips off the mat. Tuck the arm behind your back. Rotate the palm in. Grab hold of your hip. Open up through the shoulders. Inhale, come back towards the midline. Full forward fold. Big breath in as you float your hands overhead. On the exhale for 10, fold forward and find the drape that works for you. Make your crown as heavy as you can and just weight it down towards the floor. Big breath in, rotate your head right for a count of 10. Let go of all that tension. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale, take it over to the other side. Inhale, bring it back. Come back, peel up along the midline of the body. You're going to rock your baby. Bend the right elbow. Make a nice little crook. See if you can feed the left foot into that elbow. Reach around with the other arm. Make a little basket of support or just keep it light. Rock your baby and open up through the groin. Let's see if we can find a full lotus line, Padmasana, from here. Tuck back into your half lotus line. See if you can reach for the underfoot. Tuck it over the top one, almost bringing the ankles as close together as you can. Drop the knees down to the floor, hands behind your hip line, and just think of softening out your spine and nodding your chin to your chest. Focus on weighting the knees and just opening up through the groin. We're going to find our way into a double pigeon from here. Agnisthambasana. Listen carefully for the leg position. It mimics Sukhasana, easy sitting, but the leg line is tweaked slightly. As you unbind, tip the weight just off your tailbone. Remember to support that top ankle. Relax. As you release the ankle joint, just tip the weight off your tailbone. All right, let's find that double pigeon line. Let's play on the right first. Use the edge of your mat. Line up the knee and the ankle in a straight line. Then take the other leg. Try to overlay knee over foot on both sides. So you're not tucking in close to your perineum. There's a little triangular shape between your legs. If your knees are very tight, most of us are going to feel like that knee doesn't quite want to reach the foot. If you're lucky and the foot drops down, Good for you. We hate you just a little bit. For the rest of us, you're going to push down on the inside of the knee and try to just relax that top knee down towards the bottom foot. So you've got foot over knee, knee over foot on both sides. Unbind, release, take it to the other side. Line up knee and ankle in a straight line, swing your opposite leg over, trying to overlay foot over knee, knee over foot. Drop down, place the top hand on that knee and gently push down. Agnisthambasana, you're going to feel it feels really, really tight for most of us. From here, we're going to find our way into a happy baby and release on the back. So gently, as you uncouple, use the length of your mat again and just give me a soft shake out. Big breath in. On the exhale, you're going to round out your spine and you're going to roll down into a happy baby. Hug your knees into your chest. Cradle rock your lower back out. Find Ananda Balasana, happy baby, by opening up the knees nice and wide. Point the soles of your foot up towards the ceiling, then reach around with your hands for the undercarriage of your foot and tug down. I'm going to exaggerate. Your lower back will feel like it's peeled up off the mat. So I want you to roll weight back into your lower back and tailbone as you tug down on the foot. Try not to arch the back of your neck. Soften your neckline. Drop your chin to your chest and weight your shoulders into the mat. Drop the soles of both feet to the floor. Draw your right knee up to 90 and give me a one-legged happy baby. So grab for the undercarriage of your foot with both hands. Bend the knee and tug down. Try to bring that right knee in as close to your right armpit as you can. And just allow the left leg to be passive and relaxed. Just focus on opening up through the groin. Change sides. Big breath in. Exhale. Hug the left knee in towards your armpit. One-legged happy baby. We're going to come back into that figure 4 that we used right in the beginning and use it to set up a supine lotus. Let's see if we can stay or play. I want you to try and notice how different your hips feel when you come into the figure 4. Supta Kapokasana. Drop the soles of both feet to the floor. Take the right ankle and rest it atop the left thigh, opening up the knee to the side of the room. Take your right palm, place it on the inside of the right knee, and push that right knee away as you relax your shoulder line and your chin line. Drop your right hand to the floor. Big breath in. Bring your left knee up to 90. Keep working that stretch actively. Big breath in. Scoop, peel up, feed your hands through and around, float your elbows wide, and then from your scoop line, soften through the arms and peel back to the mat. Keep pulling that knee in closer to your nose. See if you can extend that left leg for me and give me a nice flat foot. Alrighty, how to get into the lotus line from this position. Stay or play, use the layers and stop anywhere that you need to. Relax the brace from behind your left thigh. Reach for your right foot. Tuck the right foot in to a half lotus line by bringing your right heel as close to the hip bone on the left as you can manage. Bring the whole left leg down to the mat and keep holding on to your right foot with the left hand. Just make your right knee nice and heavy into the mat. Stay or play. To find your way into the half lotus line from here, bring your left leg back up to 90. Bend the left leg, see if you can reach for your left foot and bring that whole foot on the inside of your right leg. So trying to overlay your left ankle atop the right and coming into the full lotus line, Padmasana. If you cannot get into the position, stop anywhere along the chain that you're comfortable with. Unbind from your half lotus line. Release your ankle line. Let's repeat that figure 4 progression on side 2. Drop the soles of both feet to the floor. Take the left ankle, rest it atop the right thigh, and open up that left knee to the side. Big breath in, left hand to the inside of the left knee, push away and open up. As you relax and open through the groin, I want you to grow through your neckline and relax your shoulders. Drop your left hand to the floor, big breath in, draw your right knee up to 90. Hold that leg line, big breath in, scoop, peel up through Feet through and around. Float your elbows nice and wide. Float back down to the mat. Keep pulling that knee in as close towards your nose line as you can manage. Big breath in. See if you can extend that right leg. Give me a nice flat foot. Ready to play? Unbind from the back of your right leg. Reach for your left foot. As you reach for the foot, just allow your right leg to come back to the mat. Tuck your left heel in as close to the hip bone on the right as you can. Support the weight of your foot. Left hand comes to the mat. And just drop your your left knee towards the floor. Just allow the weight of your knee to open up as much as your body wants to today. Stay or play. To play, keep holding on to that left foot with your right hand and see if you can bring your right leg back up to 90. Bend the right knee, reach for your right foot, grab hold of the foot, try and overlay your right foot on top of the left, bringing the two ankle bones as close together as you can. So you're overlaying the right ankle on top of the left, trying to tuck both heels in as close to the hip line as you can. And presto, your pretzel has arrived. All right. If you're able to, from this position, I want you to find your way onto the elbows. Otherwise, just roll over onto the side and find your way to the seat. Otherwise, nod your chin softly to the chest, squeeze the elbows in. See if you can find your way onto the fingertips and come into a seated lotus line. Either keeping your seated lotus line or coming into half lotus or easy sitting. Drop your hands, palms down to the knees. Take a big breath in. Chin line parallel to the floor. On an exhale, for 10, nod your chin towards your chest. Inhale, come back towards the center line. Exhale for 10 as you take your chin line up towards the ceiling. Try not to compress the back of your neck. So give me length through the back of your neck. Inhale, come back. Exhale for 10 as you look over one shoulder. Inhale, come back towards the center line. Exhale, take it over to the other side. Inhale, come back. Exhale for 10 as you drop one ear towards your shoulder. Inhale, come back. Exhale, drop to the other side. Inhale, come back. If you were in the full lotus line, unbind. Support the ankle of the top leg. It's going to feel tender. Drop the weight off your tailbone and release. Make sure you're working that release in both sides. Whichever leg feels the most tender. If you were in the full lotus, it'll be your left leg. Place that one in front and just come into easy sitting. Last forward fold. Big breath in. As you fold forward for 10, connect your hand line to the mat. If you can, bend the elbows, stacking one forearm on top of the other. Nod your head down, trying to get your forehead to connect to the back of your hands. If that's not working, use a block modification. Modify and play where you're comfortable. Keep thinking of dropping your shoulders and your elbows into the mat. Almost think of your shoulders softening and melting down towards your lower back, and keep lengthening through your neckline, trying to grow from the nape of your neck towards the crown of your head. Peel up along the midline of the body. Float your hands softly to prayer position in front of your heart. Make sure that your elbows are floating wide. Close your eyes, take your focus in, focus on that gentle pressure between the hands, and feel the beautiful length through your neckline. Take a moment to thank yourself for setting your intention for the day by making time to connect to your body and your breath. Namaste to you all. Have a super, super amazing day. See you same time tomorrow. Give me a thumbs up to like this video. Please shoot me your comments in the comments box below so that I know how you experienced today's classes. good and bad points so that I know what they are. And then please remember to hit that big red subscribe button so that you are subscribed to my YouTube channel. Till tomorrow. Keep it light, guys.